Hey guys, welcome to another review here at Go Manga.
No!
Anyways, I'm your host, the Cinder Blaze. With me today we have... Oh, is there more to that fucking intro?
No, you're good!
Oh.
I'm the Frozen Stratos!
I'm Aresol. I'm not angry.
Alright. Anyways, let's get all that negativity out of the way. This episode was another episode of Saber.
What number was it, Alex?
25.
25.
Yeah, I know what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Sorry for all this weird yelling and screaming, but that's what this episode was really all about. Just two guys not really knowing how to express themselves, their anger and, confusion with one another.
You stuck the landing on that! Oh my god!
That's because I was planning it from the
Oh
start.
shit!
What'd you guys think about that relationship?
Ooh, stumbled a little bit. I thought they are finally paving the way for him to come back. Sure, they had the same conversation over again that they've been having for the past few episodes, but it got a little bit different. It got a little sexier. I thought it was cute.
A little more intimate.
A little more intimate.
Yeah. Like when Toma brought the smolder in, that scene, it was so, so unnecessary. It was
oh my god!
It was so out there. May picked up on that shit immediately. It was just like, hold up. Oh, we're a kids show here. Gotta slowly wedge my way between the fourth wall. That was...
May just doesn't want her ship to sink.
That's true. Yeah. Also,
she's like, look, I've been working this Rentaro guy since episode 1.
You haven't seen it. It has not been on film, but I have been doing that. Don't you worry. Yeah, I really appreciate that, because I've been saying this for a while. I really hope that Rentaro comes back and Ren does not. And we've swapped the focus to Rentaro. And I'm really hoping to just throw Ren right onto that bus.
I think it would be interesting because they've been sort of building up this idea of Ren has to make his decision for himself, and I'd like it if his decision ultimately comes to, okay, I'm going to side against them.
I also wonder, so we had the introduction of Sabella.
I can kind of picture how it's spelled. Not entirely, but there's no way I can actually say the name as of yet.
Yeah. So we had her introduction, and with it came the odd question from Buster. Hey, are these your thoughts? Do you care what's happening? Or is it the headmaster? And I did not consider that, her being a pawn was an option. Like, it was all the master the whole time, and this was actually his doing, and she's just caught in between. And I feel like maybe they're setting up her to sort of switch sides at some point.
Maybe. It does definitely set up the idea of that she might just be just as indoctrinated into this sort of logos cult, as Rentaro is.
This strange book cult. I think that's just a book club.
I know, it's more like a librarians union or something.
Hey, at least they unionized. I'm happy for them.
I mean, if this is what the union looks like, I can't understand big companies trying to break them up.
That's true. I do not want unions to fully take the head librarian of one library and stuff them into a closet of another one.
When we cut to that one scene, it's just like, really?
Oh, Jesus!
That's where you were. Yeah, that freaking slap was just. It was like she symbolized the writers. In that moment.
Oh no!
He just gave her the straight backhand twice. It's I don't know what they're gonna do with that character, and I have a feeling that she's just gonna be unnecessarily important by the end of the series, and I kind of hope we don't go down that rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go back to your previous point about our new writer. First off, her debut in that suit was pretty neat. I think that with the constraints they had in like that set, because like that was a very compact set, and I get really claustrophobic with stuff like that. And it seems like they like with Buster, he's swinging his sword around like wide spaces, and Slash, he's like a ranged writer, so like it just felt a little like weird, but they did a pretty good job with it, and she actually kicked their asses, which unlike which is very unlike most female writers, so that was a real shock for me.
You are really driving home that Yaiba really that they did not give Yaiba sucks. A lot of wins in 01.
Nah.
I like some of the powers that she showed off too, like when they showed the bullets going through her, like she opened up smoke holes.
That's how smoke works.
In her back. Yeah.
But I really liked the way, because there was obviously a lot of wire work involved in that, and I kind of understood why they were in such a claustrophobic set, so they could just control it all the way through. And I feel like it works. Like, a lot of her swift motions were really elevated here, especially since she was able to pull off a lot of like leaping motions on top of just sort of gliding through the fight. I don't know, it had an elegance, it had a smokiness to it, like it really added to like her powers, I guess. Like the powers and then also her fighting style really worked well together. But yeah, no, it was really cool to see the new stuff. I also liked her transformation, because what it did was like she transformed. There was a silhouette that kept being added onto until you got like a wipe, and then suddenly it was the rider fade away the silhouette, and then you have the whole thing. I like that effect a lot, and I really wish they'd use that on a lot more things, but I guess this is more of like a smoke rider type of look that they're going for. But I don't know, it's cool because to me you don't necessarily have to put as many effects over it. You just need to move around a bunch of 2D elements and make it look as if armor is being applied, and I love that. I love it.
Yeah, and like the henshin itself was just like very like simple, and it just like looked really well, especially with like the camera angle. Just it was a nice clean shot. It wasn't like a 30-second book reading of something that's complete nonsense.
That's true. We did not have like the overlong transformation like we've had with all the other ones.
Yeah, like maybe that could be something lore wise. Like maybe there's a certain number of books that have like the lengthy passages because they're like significant in some way, whereas we can have like some more modern books that just don't get any substance to them.
I mean, you'd think an encyclopedia would have a lot more knowledge in it.
Well, also though, it's not a story.
True.
Yeah, it just starts listing a bunch of facts.
Also, during that fight, like toward the end of it, we got Burlap Sackman. He's here. He's back. And he doesn't zap anymore. But I don't know. Were we taken aback? Were we excited? Were we surprised?
No.
God no.
Literally, we lost Kento, and then immediately after we lost Caliber. Where did they go? Nobody knows. Oh, they came back together. Oh, wait. Like if it's either like him having the sword or master logos, but it doesn't seem like he's gonna be in action anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be Kento at that point. Like that's kind of like how I felt it was gonna unfold from like last episode. Plus, we could kind of like see like, was this Shinken Gold's jaw in the Master Logos's like hood? So I was just like, okay, so we know who he is, and we're just kind of like waiting for Kento to show up. I did not expect him to come in a garbage bag, but you know, like. He left as trash. He's gonna come back as trash. But honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing this side of him because I feel like for some writers, if they have like decent potential, but they just like feel really awkward and shit, like on like one side, like good versus bad, for just like a really bad villain or like a really bad like side character, they tend to be pretty good on the other side. So I feel like Kent does maybe like a antagonist might work a little bit more because like I felt like his buddy relationship with Toma just felt like a little bit weird.
It did feel
mostly because
like antagonizing a lot of the time. So
oh yeah,
what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like thinking with our new writer, like she feels like a very like I sort of like her as the villain, but she's still like it doesn't feel right. I think she would be like a much better ally if kind of like pushed to that situation. So I kind of wish that would happen as well. Like maybe like a little do-si-do of all the freaking allegiances. And then Kenzan just kind of like flipping out like every which way. I have no idea how he's going to react to any of this, to be honest.
I hope Ren is like, evil and stays evil. That's where I land.
Yeah, because we don't even know where Caliber is going to be standing. Like, I guess he's against Primitive Dragon at least. Like, he's just coming out and just checking that form of all things. Like, I found that like to be pretty random because like we've kind of established where the power levels are. This is obviously above any of the previous forms, whereas Caliber could like barely contend with some of Saber's previous forms. So maybe that's saying something about Kenta being a pretty skilled swordsman, just held back by one of the shittiest forms or something. Like if he gets like a real power up, maybe he can do better. Yeah. Oh. Did I freeze out?
No, you're good.
Oh, you're good.
Alright. You guys have any other thoughts? I think I'm just like rambling at this point.
No, not really. The episode was fine.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about.
It's going. Like Saber's going still.
I wish I could be surprised. But, yeah. It's like you said, the moment he disappeared, you were just expecting him to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and around this time as well. It's like episode 25 is a really nice time to bring back dead people.
'Tis the season.
Yeah. Did we have any other thoughts from people other than us, or are we just skipping right to the...
We did. Our first one comes from Mr. Newmind.
Go for it, because I forgot to pull it up.
Alright, cool. He says, I love the suit, but I still hate Reika. Fair. I mean... I feel
that's
like...
her other name. I don't know why they threw in this other new one.
I feel like, you know, the little extra depth, you know, Buster brought up, or the potential depth he brought up could add something, and I'm looking forward to seeing if that pans out. Next, we have a comment from Rajik Rasul, who says, I like this episode. They're finally able to talk it out with Blades and Saber. This is second love confession besides Build and Cross. I like this Kento's outfit better than his sort of logos. So any time for a 0-1 full series review yet.
That's coming. Just don't you worry.
Sure, Jan!
Like that... You know, I feel like a lot of our main duos have had like a lot of sexual tension these past couple of seasons.
I'll say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Gates and Geo.
Yo, that was intense at times. God.
Sogo loves him a monkey man. Also, Cross build. Who else? Who else was around this time? I have no idea.
I honestly forgot what was before build. And you know what? I just don't feel like thinking about it right now. So let's just jump right in the outro. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that other jazz. We'll catch you next time. Keep it juicy.
Bye.
Are you okay, Alex?
I am okay, but I just didn't feel like sitting here and just trying to muster out all my brain power to figure
fair.
out what came before
Xade?
build.
Zexade.
It what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.